everybody. You see that shit? That is the Washington Post.
We're in it.
You guys got us there. Yes. Now, real quick, George has been on the blog kick. He's been pushing to do this, and we finally have our blogs. Okay. George's
is uncutgeorge.blogspot.com, and if you go there, you'll see the link to our article on the interweb for you people who can't go and get the post today, because I know when you see this, it'll probably be Sunday.
Who knows? And mine is Uncut Kevin.
How original.
UncutKevin.blogspot.com. But first thing we want you guys to do, go over to the blogs and at least just sign up and follow us on the blogs and tell everybody that you know to sign up for the blogs.
I'm gonna try to
go to the fucking blogs.
I'm gonna try to update mine every 2 days because I'm using pictures.
Yes.
My shit's gonna be entertaining because trust me, when you see the title of my blog, it'll be fitting.
Yes. It's mine. I'm gonna be writing more about everyday life, so it's gonna be a little different than George's. So I won't be putting shit out every day because I will lose my mind trying.
I said every other day.
Right.
Now, no shout outs this week because we have something else to give away.
I'm going to show you guys something, okay? Check this shit out. This is the Eton Solar XL, okay? This thing...
Kevin, what's it do?
It can charge your iPod. It can play your iPod. But the most important thing is... Flip this bad boy.
Uses the sun.
It uses the sun. So...
For all you people tailgating, for all you people who are outdoorsmen, for all you people who want to go somewhere and you're worried about your iPod or your phone not being charged and you still want to listen to your music, guess what? It uses the sun.
This thing, damn man, my shit just fucking ran out of fucking charge.
Right.
This thing can do it. It's the ultimate tailgating accessory. It can charge literally in 5 hours. It has a 5-hour life, okay? You can go over to www.etoncorp.com.
and for all you folks wondering, well, how do I get one? Well, you can buy one, or
we're going to give one away. Eton Corp was so kind enough to basically say, hey, let's do a promotion, let's do a contest, and they're going to give you one of these bad boys, okay?
But you're asking yourself, well, what do I got to do to win it? Easy. See this picture here? That one right there? You need to come up with a funny caption.
Yes.
And you can make it
in the comment board.
Right, and you can say it as many times as you want. There's no limit.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get there and you put your little comment up and somebody thinks you might think somebody else's is funnier than yours, come up with another one.
Yeah, just come up with some off-the-wall shit. They're going to be checking out the comment board. They're going to find out what they think is the funniest comment / caption. They're going to contact you. They're going to contact us, and they're going to give you one of these bad boys.
And you have 1 week.
Yes.
So this show next week will announce the winner.
Do you know what the thing I loved about this thing the most was, do you know what the slogan is?
No, but I'm sure you'll tell them.
I'm going to tell you. A true player plays all day.
And as long as it's not cloudy, you should be good to go.
8 speakers in this bad boy, too.
It still runs off batteries.
Yes. Now, we're moving on. Okay?
So in other words, come up with something funny and original.
And you guys have 1 week.
1 week.
1 week, okay? Let's move on to MMA.
Man, look, this fight that's coming up this Saturday, Kevin and I are late on it as usual. Actually, that's not true. Normally we've been on top of our stuff. I'm not going to put us down on this one. It's in our backyard.
It is.
And Kevin, being Kevin, said, I got the hookup, man. You ain't got to buy no tickets. I'll get it taken care of. I'll get us some tickets. So George, in his infinite wisdom, said, okay, Kevin, and passed up on $75 tickets thinking, man, Kevin going to come through with some tickets. Let me tell you who's going to be home Saturday watching on TV. Me and Kevin.
No, you know what? It's not Saturday yet. I might pull something out of my black ass, man. I got bad
George has a bachelor party to go to on Saturday. So
you know damn well if I'm like, George, front row seats.
Well, yeah, then my boy will have to change his mind.
Yeah, you have to redo his bachelor party. So we're talking about the UFC on Versus 6.
And I'm going to tell you what, to be honest, this looks like a pretty damn good card for a Versus 6.
You know what's funny? It is actually a really good card.
This could almost be a numbered UFC.
Yeah. It really could. I mean, first of all, you do have a championship fight.
Yeah.
You know, but we're going to... What? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, we're going to start with Matt Danzig versus Matt Wiman.
This is a rematch.
Yeah,
I think Matt Danzig's going to come in with a bit of a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, he's going to try to totally redeem himself. There you go. There's some notes for you, man. Yeah. See, you like that?
Pretty in depth.
Now, if you notice, George looked at this like, wow, because literally the notes, there's 2 lines and it's in red ink. It shit looks like chicken scratch.
Yeah.
But Danzig lost to Wiman via a technical submission. You know, virtually by a technical submission.
Well, anyway, I think Matt Danzig's going to punch his card this time and come out on top.
You think he's going to punch his card? Mm-hmm. And not Wyman?
He's going to punch Matt Wyman's
and
card.
then punch his card and be like, give me the big W. Okay. Now, next bout.
Charlie Brenneman versus Anthony Rumble Johnson. Yeah. I am not a Rumble Johnson fan by any stretch of the means, and I want Charlie Brenneman to wear his ass out.
Why? Because he's black?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Anyway.
No, because he's a loudmouth donk.
Right. Now, if you guys don't recall, the last time we saw Charlie Brenneman, he was incredible. I'm excited to see this guy fight again.
He stepped in last minute to fight Rick Story.
And he
gave Rick Story the business.
Yeah, he really did give Rick Story the business. I mean, the guy has an incredible fuel tank, man. He was just going and going and going.
12-gallon, 15-gallon?
No, man. He's got a 20-gallon tank, man. He takes only ultra premium. Is that a gas? Because I don't know. I mean, that's some high airplane fuel. Anyway, I don't... Now, at the same time, the last time we saw Anthony Rumble Johnson...
He beat Dan Hardy in a decision.
He beat Dan Hardy. Now...
Let me tell you what, that fight was not memorable. Because when we looked it up, I was like, I don't remember that fight.
So now, who do you have in this?
I have Charlie Brenneman.
I'm going to go with George, because I think that he's just going to outlast Johnson. I mean, this guy, he's like...
the Energizer Bunny?
Like Guida, huh?
Oh, yeah.
And the Energizer Bunny. Yeah, that motherfucker.
Now, on to what I think is probably going to be fight of the night.
Yes.
Pat Barry, who, if you haven't seen Pat Barry fight, it's always exciting. He likes to keep it standing. He throws outstanding leg kicks, and he's got heavy punch hands, because you can ask Chech Congo, who got away with one of the luckiest wins I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. But now he's fighting Daddy Longlegs.
He is fighting Stefan Struve, who is the skyscraper.
Okay, let's stop that. Anyway,
that mug is tall as shit, Short. He should be playing for this.
Stefan Struve more than likely wants to get this to the mat because his jiu-jitsu is pretty nasty, and he'd be able to use his legs, his arm a lot. But he does not want to stand with Pat Barry.
Yeah.
He does not want to stand with Pat Barry.
No.
Pat Barry will.
What do you think is going to happen?
Pat Barry's going to knock him out.
Huh?
Pat Barry's going to knock him out.
You think he's going to drop him? I gotta agree. I think he's going to knock him out too.
That's my opinion.
And that's going to be Timber. And they're going to be calling Pat Barry. His new name's going to be the Lumberjack.
No, there's only one Lumberjack.
Who's that?
Keith Jardine.
Oh, that's right. He already took the game. Fuck, man.
Now,
okay.
Dominick Cruz, who does that capoeira type stuff.
Oh, hit it, man.
Is going to give
Break it on down.
Mighty Mouse a hell of a fight.
You think so?
I don't think Demetrious Johnson's up for this. I think Demetrious Johnson's going to get work.
Yeah.
Dominick Cruz is 5'8". Demetrious Johnson is your size. He's 5'3".
Why I gotta be 5? Why you gotta just saw off like 4 or 5 inches off a motherfucker?
I'm giving you 4.
Yeah, right.
You 5'3". Kevin's actually 4'7", and I'm 4'4".
Actually, yeah, we are. We are both vertically challenged. Now, let me ask, this is the thing. With this Demetrious Johnson, he's had one defeat.
Okay.
Who
beat him?
Brad Pickett. Do you know who that is?
Brad Pitt? He's in Moneyball.
Yeah. I haven't seen him fight.
And he's stroking Angelina Jolie. Oh, Brad Pickett.
Brad Pickett, man.
Oh, nah, never heard of him.
Pick it up, man.
Yeah,
Brad Pickett.
Never heard of him.
He lost him. It was a unanimous decision, so obviously it was...
That was, what, 5 fights ago, though? My man's on a 4-fight win streak.
It was, yeah. Now, this is how frequently this guy's fighting, because this loss came back, like 18 months ago? And he's had, 5 fights in between them? So, he is on a roll. I don't see him upsetting Dominick Cruz.
Dominick Cruz is just difficult to train for. He's going to be difficult to fight because he just moves a whole lot. And we saw that in Dominick Cruz's last fight.
And Dominick Cruz's last loss was to Uriah Faber. He obviously avenged that in his last bout. And he hasn't had a loss. He hasn't dropped that. It's been 4 years, over 4 years since he's had a loss.
And remember, when you fight, when you're facing the champ, you have to beat the champ. That doesn't. You can't come out half-assed, and you can't let it go to the decision. If Demetrious Johnson wants to win this fight, he's either going to have to tap him out, knock him out, or TKO him. That's the only. Don't let this go 5 rounds.
Yeah, I agree.
Because we've seen Cruz. Cruz fought 5 rounds with Uriah Faber, so we know he's got the juice to go 5 and keep up an incredible pace.
Yeah, and he keeps you off balance. He's got a lot, and he's got good BJJs. I mean, he's a well-rounded fighter too, a good champion. Now we're going to get out of the MMA world and we're going to go into the NFL world because the National Football League is starting to get really exciting, especially because your quarterback is made of glass. And he's pissing me off because he's my fantasy quarterback, even though I'm fucking our league up. Go ahead, tell the people. No, tell the people about me. And you got me in this fake ass league, okay?
It's not fake. It's real.
It is real.
It's a real headache.
George, please, just so I can gloat. I don't mean to toot my horn, but who's winning the league right now?
You're undefeated.
Yeah, but George was actually on my side. Sure, I don't mean to tell you that, Levi, but when Tim Hightower ran in that touchdown,
I called him.
Did you call Levi?
No, I called you. I should have called Levi.
Yeah.
But anyway, now here's what I was thinking about. Me and my buddy at work. See if you follow me on this one. This might be a little hard, but listen. Nnamdi Asomugha. Everyone said he's the best cornerback in the NFL. My question is why? Because you didn't throw at him in Oakland. Now, here's my logic behind that. If Nnamdi Asomugha is on one side and your cousin's on the right-hand side, why am I going to throw at Nnamdi Asomugha when he was out in Oakland?
Right.
So, by default, we made him, by the media, made him the best cornerback because no one would throw at him. No shit. Because between him and Michael Huff, I'm not throwing at either one of them because those are the only two players Oakland had. So, we've talked them up because I'm going to tell you right now, he looks like garbage.
Yeah.
He got smoked by some dude I've never even heard of on the Giants this past week. Cruz? Dude, Cruz just went and mossed the shit out of him on the goal line. Somebody tell me what makes Nnamdi the best cornerback. Because right now, he looks like shit. They're not going at Asante. Well, 2 weeks in a row, they've gone right at Nnamdi, and they're scoring.
This is the thing, and this is why I think Charles Woodson has his overall work in NFL makes him the best corner. Because he has done it time and time, for a long time, with not a good front seven sometimes even. And that's the problem in Philly right now. You know what I'm saying? Is that their ends are not, if you don't have ends or outside linebackers that can put the pressure on the quarterback, and the quarterback can just sit back and go like this. Well,
here's the other thing. Has anyone watched what this offensive line coach converted to a defensive coordinator's done? Their defensive ends are literally like this. They're these wide nines, and their heads are pointed and they're looking like this. They're not looking in the backfield. They're staring straight. It's not working.
Yeah. It's not working, and I will say this, and everybody can say it, we're only 3 games into the season, but I tell you what, it's not working, and the thing is the NFC East looks like the NFC East of old. Every team in that division, including the Redskins, look good. They're competitive. They're going to beat up on each other. They're going to try to come after Vic, and if you lose, if you drop 3 or 4 games before the halfway point of the season, you're in trouble.
Let me ask you something.
Yes.
How long has Rex Grossman been in the league?
Rex Grossman has been in the league about 9 years or so.
So would you agree with me by now that dumb motherfucker might have an idea of, oh, look, I've held onto the ball for 4 or 5 seconds. I'm probably about to get hit.
Yeah.
Do you think he should know that by now?
Probably.
Because when he broke the pocket, and by broke, I mean he took 1 step outside the right tackle because he's slower than molasses, and he's still holding on to the ball when you guys needed to drive to win the game, and then he gets crushed from behind, and you fumble the ball. Wouldn't you think, oh, look, no one's open. Let me throw this out of bounds?
I think he was doing...
He's pressing.
He's pressing it. He was doing the exact same thing that his counterpart, Romo was doing. Breaking out of the pocket, just trying to make a play happen. But in my opinion, obviously, Grossman is not the athlete that Tony Romo is, because he looked incredible on Monday Night Football. And the thing is that being a Washington Redskins fan, there was a couple things that I got out of the game. The Dallas Cowboys are a good football team. They have probably, second to Pittsburgh, the best linebackers in the NFL. They're awesome. DeMarcus Ware is fucking
he's a beast.
He's probably, if not the best outside linebacker, a close second.
What happened to Arakpo? Why wasn't he playing?
He kept getting calf cramps, I don't know, maybe he didn't have his fucking Pedialyte. But anyway, but the thing is that you're looking at a guy that basically had kids playing with him. Tony Romo. I mean, everybody's been fucked. His line's fucked up. Miles Austin is out. Felix Jones was his first day back. Fucking Des Bryant was just back.
And get this. Guess who the Cowboys have to play next? Detroit.
Now, I made a bet with a guy in the gym.
Tony Romo's going to die.
Yeah, he's going to die because Sue, and now they got the new tackle back.
Farley's back?
Farley's back. It's going to be nasty. Now, speaking of that, Detroit, Green Bay, and the Bills, who I picked to beat over the Patriots, are the only undefeated teams in the NFL. So, I mean, it's just showing, it's a lot lot of balance in the NFL right now.
I was really high on the Patriots earlier this year, but unless their defense starts stepping up and stopping someone, dude, Tom Brady's going to have 10 million fantasy points this season.
You got to have a defense to win championships. I mean, we've seen it a million times. I mean, if you don't have a defense and you don't have a run game, then you got a long ways to fucking go.
And yes, Vic is made of glass, but I think I've called that. He's a very small, undersized quarterback who likes to scramble and move and keep plays alive, but you are going to get hurt.
Now,
and he has a bruised right hand.
This is
not
what
a broken right hand.
I want to hear from everybody. Okay, you, so far this year, and everybody out there, what is your biggest surprise in the NFL as of week 3? What is your biggest surprise?
Ryan Fitzpatrick and the numbers he's putting up there in Buffalo looks like a revitalized team, top to bottom.
They really do. They got a new
Chan
coach.
Gailey's running that thing.
Yeah, they've got a new coaching staff. They've got great. They look like remember the triplets when Dallas had the triplets. Mm-hmm. You got Fitzpatrick, you got Stevie Johnson, and you got the running back. Yeah, it'll come to me sometime tomorrow. Fred Jackson.
Because he's on my fantasy
team. Now,
I guess the other thing I'm surprised by is the lack of run game in Carolina. You have Jonathan Stewart and D'Angelo Williams, mm-hmm. and you're giving them no opportunity to run the ball. And I understand you're behind, but you have to set up. Cam Newton's put up phenomenal numbers, but he has 1 win.
Yeah.
So he can pass for 600 yards every game, but if you're losing, who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to be the NFL Rookie of the Year, even if he cuts his production in half per game. But I think he would agree, dude, let me hand the ball off. And the other thing I'm shocked at, Adrian Peterson. The Vikings have gone into 3 games now with a halftime lead. And you know what? They've lost all 3 games. Yeah. Adrian Peterson, this week, they were up 20-0 at the half versus Detroit. 20-0. Adrian Peterson, 20-0. Adrian Peterson carried the ball 5 times in the second half.
They straight up asked him, he's like, Adrian Peterson is a classy guy. He doesn't really get out of character a lot.
His dad did.
Yeah. He probably called
my son's $100 million decoy.
Yeah.
I don't get it. So to answer your
question, obviously the decoy's not making them win games. They need to hand it off to that motherfucker.
I mean, there's just lots of question marks in the NFL.
I'm going to go with the biggest surprise so far. If I look at everything, is there's a couple things that have impressed me. One was Cam Newton's play, and not because it's so spectacular. I just did not see it coming. I so put him almost on the same thing as Tim Tebow to a degree, and. He stayed poised. He stayed good. I think he's got a good little core around him. He's building his confidence, and he talks like he's been in the league 4 or 5 years. He's like, hey, look, we're all in the same league. I can do this, and he looks good so far.
Whoever coached him up on what to say to the media has done an outstanding job.
Another thing is, I like Ryan Matthews out in San Diego.
Because you picked him up in fantasy.
I picked him up obviously for a reason. See, that's why I'm winning the league and you're not, because I see shit like that, man. That little motherfucker saw dead people. I see good picks.
Because he was the last tailback left who was worth a half a damn. If D'Angelo,
then why didn't you pick him up? Because then maybe you would be one.
Because I don't want so many players from the same team. I already have one guy from San Diego that I don't like.
Phillip Rivers?
Yes.
What did Ryan Matthews ever do to you, though?
Nothing. He plays with that Bama.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Now, we're going to move on to some shit that we haven't covered in a good minute. And that is Major League Baseball. But the only reason we're really talking about it because the playoffs start
Friday.
But would George and I just start talking about the playoffs? No, we would talk about how people are just fucking shit up.
Yankees won the division. They're in the playoffs. Where's your team at?
George, if you guys don't know, the people who just started following us, George is a big-time Yankees fan. So he is very excited to see that the Boston Red Sox
are shitting themselves.
On September 1st had a 9-game lead in the wild card race. Right now, as of today,
they're tied with the Rays.
They're tied with the Rays, and they look like shit. Okay,
and the Red Sox are actually cheering for the Yankees to win.
Yes, they're cheering for, and the Yankees are like, we're going to put in fucking.
Dude, they're starting what's today? Wednesday? Yeah, they're starting their whole entire middle relievers.
Yeah, they basically have people from high schools down the street starting for them because they're like, we don't even want to see Boston,
Well, no, it's not that. It's just because you have a 1-day turnaround. And he's like, if I had 2 days off, then yeah, I could probably start one of my starters. But Joe Girardi's like, no, I got 1 day off.
Right.
Kevin's mom, George's mom.
Yeah.
Little kid, come on.
That little kid, yeah.
Forget
Your
that
mom throws a nasty fastball, though. She throws like a 95 mile an hour over the fucking
plate.
You
know what I didn't tell you? Is the bachelor party this weekend is for this guy, because him and my mom are actually getting hitched. It's about time.
Now, moving on to other things. No, but this is the other thing I have to talk about, besides, this would be
one of the largest collapses in history.
I did my research. It is the largest collapse. It's the largest. But the problem is, the Atlanta Braves were sitting around going,
you can't outdo us.
We can do better than that. Because we had a 9-game lead in late August. And now we're tied with the Cardinals. What the fuck? How do you get these monumental breakdowns at the end of... Okay,
pitching.
I guess it's pitching.
I don't know.
Now, what I would like to see...
You know what I got a kick out of? And I know this is going to sound terrible. Mm-hmm. The pitcher for one of the pitchers for Boston, and I'm not going to say his name because what he's going through is a fucked up situation. He decided to divorce his wife. and she has breast cancer, and that sucks. She had a double mastectomy and lost both her breasts, and that's terrible. But let me tell you what's fucked up about our media. One of the people who get to go into the locker room and interview this man texted him something personal before his last start. That is fucked up.
What do you mean he texted him something personal?
They wouldn't say. But he was irate. He sat there and said, one of you, something, I have a feeling it had something to do with that. Probably like, why would you leave your wife in this kind of time? Dude, our media is fucked up.
Yeah, people like to get under people's skin. Now, speaking of people that get fucked up and that can handle the media really good.
Ozzy Gang?
Ozzy Gang, man.
Man, I tell you
love
what,
that fucking guy.
I'm not doing this shit. I'm going back to Florida, and I recruit the 12-year-olds who are 40, and we will play and beat that ass. Because that's what he's going to do in Florida.
He is. And I'm going to tell you what. We're going to do an over-under. How long do you think it will take Ozzy Gang to get the Florida Marlins
into the playoffs?
Into the playoffs. 3 or over, 3 or under?
Under 3 years.
Under 3 years. 2. You know why? Because this motherfucker is going to be revitalized. It's going to be
new energy.
It's going to be new energy, man. He's going to be in Miami and shit.
But I'm going to tell you what, if he don't get no pitching, I don't care.
What do you mean, Mike?
He going to need the pitching. Yeah. You can't win baseball with no pitching.
But he can get to everybody. You know what I mean?
We will see. I don't think people really enjoy playing for that guy.
When they get fucking the shit on their hand.
He's won 1 championship there. How many times has he been to the playoffs?
The problem is how many did they win before he came?
The problem is how many times after that? How many times did they go to the playoffs? They were the playoffs when he was there. What, a handful of times, maybe if. He
was there. God, you know, I didn't realize he was there for almost 20 years. Like he was there like 18.
Head coach.
Manager, huh?
Head coach.
Gian.
Manager of the White Sox.
Managers. What? Ozzy Gian was the manager of the White Sox for like close. He was like there since the early 90s. I didn't realize that. Like 91 or 92. I thought it was. How long did you think it was?
Like 5 or 6.
That's what I thought. But it's. I swear, I could be wrong. Somebody say, Kevin, you know what the fuck you're talking about? You can look it up. But I think it's. I was surprised to see how long he had been there. It's like time flies. Anyway, we're going to get the fuck out of here. George.
Here's the other thing. I would like to thank all of the real fans, and I'm not saying that the ones who only watch the MMA aren't real fans, but for anyone who's really stuck around this long to watch this part of the video, thank you. Thank you for all of your help, all of your support, all the kind words, all the fucked up words.
Thank you for giving us shit. Sending stuff in our inbox.
Thanks for
taking it. And some of you
too.
guys actually were our biggest, like, give us the most shit, and you guys are around to really just support us. So we love that shit.
Yeah, and for you people who don't think we respond, you are obviously watching this part of the video because you know we respond.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I think that's honestly I think you guys like that we actually are real and you can get in contact with us.
Yeah.
And we contact you back.
Sometimes we don't get back with you right away, and then sometimes we can get back with you in 5 minutes, depending on what's going on.
So with that said, Kevin and I say thank you. Now go look at our damn blogs.
Later.